Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us on this Sunday. Tonight, thousands of people have been evacuated in Reno, Nevada, as a fast-moving wildfire closes in on the city. The so-called Hawk Fire has grown to 13,000 acres and threatens hundreds of homes. It exploded in size overnight and is 0% contained. Officials say 1,000 people are battling the flames, and they're preparing for a round-the-clock fight. They also say the wildfire was human-caused. 200 new fires erupted nationwide this weekend, including 5 new large fires. CBS's Jonathan Vigliotti in Los Angeles is tracking it all for us and leads us off. Jonathan.
And Jerika, the heat and the drought have fueled a number of wildfires across the West. The one of biggest concern right now is in Nevada. It's known as the Hawk Fire. It exploded overnight. It is threatening a number of communities near Reno at this hour, and crews on the scene desperately trying to fight back and gain containment.
Oh, wow, there's houses right here.
An inferno bearing down on Reno.
They're trying to evacuate, but all the roads are blocked.
The Hawk Fire barreling through dry brush toward neighborhoods, displacing 42,000 people. At their heels, another 45,000 people under prepared to evacuate status.
People out of their vehicles, or, it's a traffic jam, and people are in their vehicles, and it's not looking good.
It started Saturday, just 30 acres. 24 hours later, strong winds had pushed it past 13,000. Roughly 1,000 structures are threatened. Highways closed, power cut, and Nevada's governor declaring a state of emergency as fire officials see no reprieve in the near future.
Our weather conditions continue to be challenging, hot, dry, windy, and no end in sight anytime soon.
In Washington state, another fire exploded Saturday, the Coal Wash, growing from a few dozen acres to roughly 8,000 in hours, forcing go-now evacuations. Nationwide, it's been a weekend of extremes.
Oh my God, it is spinning around.
In the Northeast, several communities recovering from a spate of tornadoes. In Orlando, Florida, visitors to Disney battered by wind and rain. And in Gary, Indiana, tens of thousands still without power, 12 days after storms flooded communities. Out west, the lack of water is breaking records as another week of extreme heat hangs over the region.
In Phoenix, Arizona, temperatures could reach 110 degrees for much of the week. And here in Southern California, where we are this evening, temperatures will near triple digits, Jerika.
Yeah, very hot. Jonathan, with an historic drought in the West and the country's largest reservoirs at record lows, what's next for states that depend on this water?
Yeah, Draco, you're talking about Lake Mead and Lake Powell. Both are fed by the Colorado River, which is currently being impacted by climate change and overuse. The federal government now working in an agreement with multiple states out west. Some will be impacted, having to reduce their water usage from the river by as much as 30%. It is a temporary fix, not a permanent solution, Jerika.
Definitely temporary. Jonathan Vigliotti, thank you so much. Extreme drought, dangerous heat. The question is relief on the way? Let's check in with CBS meteorologist Bill Kelly in Philadelphia for the answer. Bill.
Well, good evening, Jerika. Good evening, everybody. Unfortunately, the answer to that question is no. I want you to check this out. This is our drought monitor, and 70% of the West is under at least a severe, extreme, or exceptional drought, and I just don't see any change to that. In fact, it's the opposite. Heat advisories are out for basically all of Texas and the Deep South, but extreme heat warnings as well, including the Southwest, where, get this, extreme heat warning, not just for today or tomorrow, all the way until Saturday. The heat is going to be extreme. Forecasting 116 by Wednesday. The hottest it's ever been in August in Phoenix is 118. The good news is the feels like temperature, slightly less than the actual air temperature. Over in Dallas, feeling like 111 tomorrow. The high temperature forecast 107. Tropical storm Moki remaining south of the islands, which is great. Of course, Lala's path was very close, but there will be some dangerous surf in the coming days on the south side of the islands. Jerika?
Bill Kelly, thanks so much.